Hello and a very good evening. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. It's 6:30 p.m. time for Verdict 2015. I'm your host Frank Pereira. Here are this evening's Verdict headlines. BJP changes tactic after second phase of polling in Bihar. State leaders take precedence over Prime Minister and Amit Shah in posters that have come up across the state. Sonia Gandhi addresses two rallies in Bihar's Buxar and Saran constituencies, attacks the BJP-led government at the centre, says the BJP is only capable of making false promises. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar woos the youth, announces party's plan of providing student credit card worth 4 lakh rupees to each student who wants to pursue higher studies. And we focus on the minority vote in Bihar. While political parties talk about safeguarding their rights, the smaller communities are not convinced. Well, the BJP has tweaked its strategy for Bihar polls by putting state leaders ahead of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and party chief Amit Shah in their posters. It has also changed its slogan midway through the elections. Opposition claims that the changes have been made after BJP sensed a possible defeat. However, the BJP has rejected the argument. Here's more.
It is an apparent change of tactic by BJP midway through the Bihar polls. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and party president Amit Shah have been pushed into the background on posters across the state. Instead, faces of leaders like Sushil Modi, Nand Kishore Yadav, Giriraj Singh and Rajiv Pratap Rudy don the new posters. The party has decided to focus on a positive message of stability and development in its campaign. Opposition leaders have claimed that some rallies of the Prime Minister have been cancelled because the BJP was finding the going tough in the state and wanted to deflect attention from him.
जितना स्ट्रेटजी चेंज करना हो, जितनी स्ट्रेटजी बनाना हो बना ले, उनका कोई स्ट्रेटजी यहाँ नहीं चलने वाला है और न कोई उनकी रणनीति चलने वाली है। बिहार के लोगों ने मन बना लिया है और उनका इस बार सफाया है।
ये मैं हार और हताशा की रणनीति देख रहा हूं भाजपा के अंदर। वो किसी प्रकार चाहते हैं कि एक सुरक्षा कवच तैयार किया जाए मोदी जी और अमित शाह जी के इर्द गिर्द, ताकि अगर जो भयंकर हार हो, भीषण हार हो, उसका ठीकरा इन दोनों महत्वपूर्ण व्यक्तियों पर ना फोड़ा जाए।
सेंट्रल तौर पे कोई पोस्टर किसी लोकल नेता का नहीं था, लेकिन जब अब ये हो गया है कि बिहार की जनता ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया है और एक तरह से साफ हो गया है कि बिहार में बीजेपी बुरी तरह हारने जा रही है, तो अब हार की जिम्मेदारी जो बेचारे गरीब हमारे बिहार के भाजपा नेतागण हैं, उन पर देने की तैयारी हो।
However, the BJP has rejected the opposition's charge. Instead, it claims the development plan pitched by their key campaigners will change the leadership in the state.
बिहारियों में बहुत खौफ है और नीतीश कुमार जी अपने को बिहार से तुलना कर रहे हैं। हम लोग का लक्ष्य है बिहार को आगे बढ़ाना, साथ चलना। लालू जी नीतीश जी का लक्ष्य है सोनिया जी का नरेंद्र मोदी को रोकना।
भविष्य और भारत के भविष्य दोनों के एक साथ महत्वपूर्ण दिशा में 21वीं सदी में एक नए स्वरूप में उभरने के लिए निश्चित रूप से बिहार की जनता भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए के पक्ष में मत देगी।
There are 3 more phases of polls to go in the state with lots at stake. Out of the total 243 seats, 162 constituencies are yet to vote. BJP hopes the change in strategy would swing votes in their favour towards the end of the voting process. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Joining me for a chat this evening to talk about this is Naren Verma of The Telegraph, joining me from Bihar. Naren Verma, as far as the BJP is concerned, what has prompted this, midway shift in campaign tactic?
See, the perception is gaining the ground that the BJP, in a bid to insulate its prime campaigner, star campaigner and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they have tweaked with their strategy so that the onus of defeat doesn't go on the prime campaigner. In fact, the discussions are veering around the issue that in Delhi elections also, they in the last minute or just ahead of the polling, they had projected Kiran Bedi as the chief ministerial candidate in a bid to insulate the Prime Minister from the onus of the defeat. This is what is being conjectured by the opponents. And there is logic in it also, because there was, why at all they have changed their strategy, tweaked with their strategy that they adopted. So the BJP and NDA's tweaking their strategy has given rise to this speculation and perception also that they are doing something to insulate their prime campaigner, the star campaigner, the Prime Minister, from owning this responsibility of the defeat if it happens, Frank.
Indeed, you know, what it also does is it gives the shot in the arm for the Grand Alliance, because the Grand Alliance has been driving home this point right from the beginning, and this gives them a shot in the arm, doesn't it?
Yes, in a way it gives them the shot in the arm, because somehow it appears that that the Grand Alliance is sensing a victory, is sensing that something is going to happen in their favor. The BJP tweaking its strategy midway the elections just have given them a confidence that why the BJP has done it. It has done it simply because it has sensed that it is the poll results or the polling are not taking place the way they might have expected earlier. That's why they have changed it, and this has given the arms to Lalu Prasad and the Nitish Kumar, the main campaigners in the. Yesterday, this Misa Bharati, Lalu's daughter, she campaigned in Chhapra. And the first sentence she stated that why the BJP, why the Prime Minister is getting out of the campaign, it is simply because he has sensed that the BJP is going to be defeated. In that way, they have given, this NDA has given a handle to the opposition, to their opponents, to beat them upon by tweaking the strategy.
Indeed. All right. Stay with us, Nalin Verma. I'm going to come back to you after this short break and talk to you about several of the other stories that we are tracking here as well. It's time for a short break now. On the other side, we'll focus on the plight of the minorities in the minority community and see what they expect from these polls. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Today we bring to you the Carriage by Air Amendment Bill 2015.
I understand even till now, whatever was decided in 2009, it has still not been ratified till date. Earlier, there was a printed ticket. Now try and see how the airlines are saving their money.
What is 7,50,000 these days? If a man is dead, his family is dead, why is this compensation given? To take care of his kith and kin who are left behind.
Watch Law of the Land, Sunday 10 p.m. and Monday 8:30 a.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar also addressed an election rally in Chhapra today. Nitish announced the party's plan to provide a student credit card of 4 lakh rupees to each who wants to pursue higher studies. He also took a dig at Narendra Modi and urged the voters to not elect outsiders.
बिहार को बिहारी चलाएगा या बाहरी चलाएगा? मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछता हूं, बिहारी चलाएगा या बाहरी चलाएगा? तो बिहारी चलाएगा तो हम लोग तो ठेठ जेपी सेनानी वाले बिहारी, आपके सामने तो बिहारी खड़ा ही है। सब बाहरी को नमस्ते करके विदा कर दीजिए कि अपना अपना जाकर काम देखिए। हम लोगों का एक निश्चय है कि जो भी छात्र छात्रा 12वीं के आगे पढ़ने के लिए इच्छुक होंगे, उनको राज्य सरकार 4 लाख रुपया का स्टूडेंट क्रेडिट कार्ड उपलब्ध कराएगी, ताकि वो माँ बाप पर बोझ बने बगैर आगे की पढ़ाई कर सकें।
Meanwhile, Congress President Sonia Gandhi was on the campaign trail in Bihar on Saturday, addressing 2 election rallies in Buxar and Saran constituencies. She took on Narendra Modi government, accusing it of trying to impose its ideology on the people. She said growing number of incidents of intolerance and killings of intellectuals is threatening the democratic and social fabric of the country. She also criticized the NDA government over rising prices of pulses. The party president took a dig at poll promises made by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and favoured Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar to live up to his promises.
मुख्यमंत्री के उम्मीदवार नीतीश कुमार जी हैं। दूसरी तरफ भाजपा और उनका अफसरवारी गठबंधन है, जो वादे तो लंबे चौड़े करता है, लेकिन उन्हें पूरा करने में उसका कोई विश्वास नहीं। उनका मुख्यमंत्री कौन होगा, उसका भी पता नहीं।
Nalin Verma of The Telegraph, our guest on the show this week, this evening, of course, is still with me on the program. Let me go across to him and get a reaction from him on this subject as well. Nalin, as far as the polling is concerned, two phases are done and dusted, but political leaders continue to campaign because there are three very crucial phases of polling still left. The barbs and counter barbs continue in the campaigns, and also sops continue to be doled out. Nalin, if you can hear me, of course, it seems to be a tough time there with a line with Nalin Verma. We'll try and fix that in the meantime. But, rallies continue to take place in Bihar. Nitish Kumar was seen on the campaign trail earlier today. Also was the Congress President Sonia Gandhi, who addressed a couple of rallies in Bihar. Let's not forget, two phases have been done and dusted with as far as polling in Bihar is concerned. But there are three more extremely crucial phases still to go. One to take place on the 28th of October, the 1st of November, and then the 5th, and counting, of course, will take place on November 8th. Nalin Verma, coming back to you now, if you can hear me, of course, two phases done and dusted, but three more very crucial phases to go, and campaigns continue as far as political leaders are concerned, continuing to make barbs and counter barbs at each other, and also the sops continue to dole out.
Yes. See, what Nitish Kumar announced today, 4 lakh credit for the students, he announced it forcefully, but it is a new, not a new announcement. He has been repeating it. Apart from rupees 4 lakh as a credit to the students, he is also announcing time and again that his government will pay rupees 1,000 per month as for 2 years to the students who are in search of jobs. That way, he is also trying to tell them that they will not have to look for their parents to find money to search the job. The government will provide this unemployment allowance that will enable them to search the job. I think he has done it primarily to target the youths, which first it was perceived that the BJP's star campaigner and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was primarily targeting the youths, and the youths are in great number in Bihar, So Nitish Kumar has formulated it in a way that his prime opponent Narendra Modi doesn't score over him in terms of getting the youth vote. Youths primarily they look for the career, they look for the jobs. They look for the money also in search of pursuing their higher education,
right,
and attending the coaching institutions to get the jobs. That's why it is a very calculated effort on the part of Nitish Kumar to target the youth through a very specific announcement and programs, Frank.
Indeed, specific announcement and specifically targeting the youth there. Do stay with us. I'm going to come back to you a little later in the program as well. Meanwhile, of course, our correspondent Shishir spoke with Congress leader Raj Babbar, who is campaigning in poll-bound Bihar. Let's listen in to what he had to say.
क्या लगता है बिहार में परिवर्तन की जरूरत है या फिर एक बार नीतीश कुमार?
मेरे ख्याल से देश के परिवर्तन की जरूरत है और वो परिवर्तन बिहार से होगा। देश की जनता मानती है कि हमारे साथ में धोखा हुआ है और यहाँ परिवर्तन पर मोहर लगेगी, नीतीश की सरकार दोबारा आएगी।
क्या आपको लगता है आने वाले समय में जो गरीब तबका था, जो कभी भी झोला लेकर खड़ा हो जाता था चुनाव लड़ने में, वो अब चुनाव लड़ पाएगा? जिस तरीके से प्रचार की सामग्री बन रही है।
हमने सुना है कि बीजेपी के जितने भी धनाढ्य पूंजीपति लोग हैं, वो अपने अपने जहाज़ों से यहाँ पर करोड़ों अरबों रुपया लेकर बैठ गए हैं, लेकिन उनको मालूम नहीं कि बिहार की जनता बहुत अना वाली है। वो अपने आप को शायद जब देखेगी कि हमें को खरीदने आ रहा है तो उनको मुंह तोड़ जवाब देगी।
चुनाव जो है नरेंद्र मोदी वर्सेज नीतीश कुमार हो गया है, चूंकि बिहार में कोई उनका लीडरशिप नहीं है।
कांग्रेस विचार के साथ में है, कांग्रेस की जिम्मेदारी है। कांग्रेस बड़ी पार्टी है, बेशक गिनतियों से नहीं होता, सोच से जो है जिस विचार को, जो महात्मा गांधी का विचार है। और आज जो है अगर वो जेडीयू हो या अगर वो आरजेडी हो तो वो भी उसी गांधी को मानने वाले हैं।
इस बार क्या लगता है युवा किधर जाएंगे?
युवा समझदार है। जब युवा की बात करते तो युवा ऊर्जावान होता है। जवान जो है हमेशा ये देखता है कि उसके लिए मेरे समाज में मेरा क्या कर्तव्य है, और इस समाज के अंदर बिहार के लिए अगर उसके साथ 2014 में धोखा हुआ है तो उस धोखे का बदला लेगा।
Well, that was Raj Babbar there of the Congress speaking exclusively to Rajya Sabha television. Now, all political parties in Bihar, without exception, talk about safeguarding the rights of the minorities. But the smaller communities don't believe them, particularly the Christians and the Sikhs who feel neglected and left out. The question they ask is, can the country call itself secular if this state of affairs continues?
Election season in the birthplace of Gautam Buddha, Mahavir and Guru Gobind Singh. Political parties are in a race to bag the minority vote, and each of them is presenting itself as the very face of tolerance. The prize is the small minority groups, for each can be seen as a compact vote share. But the Sikhs don't seem to be figuring in anyone's calculations yet.
हर सरकार से हम लोग की एक तकलीफ जरूर है। वो हमारी एक तकलीफ ये है कि हम लोग चूंकि वोट बैंक हम लोग का है नहीं, हम लोग बहुत कम अल्पमत है, इसलिए हम लोग की सरकार सुनती नहीं है।
The Christians are facing almost the same set of problems. The common complaint is because of their relatively smaller numerical strength, no political party thinks it's worthwhile to pursue policy alternatives for them at the center. Christians argue this is so even when their contribution in health and education is as good, if not better, than any other community.
हम लोग माइनॉरिटी में माइनॉरिटी है, और ये बात तो एकदम ठीक है, साफ है। हम वोट बैंक तो है नहीं, वैसे भी 2.5% हमारी आबादी है। वोट बैंक नहीं होने के कारण कोई भी जो राजनीतिक दल है उसका कोई ध्यान हम लोगों पर नहीं है।
According to the 2011 census, Bihar has 1,29,247 Christians, 23,779 Sikhs, 25,453 Buddhists, and 18,914 Jains, and 13,437 people of other assorted faiths. Among the religious minorities, Muslims number the highest at 1,70,000 people. Given the political compulsions of democracy, the question then arises, is it fair to give importance only to numbers, even as we ignore the contributions of a community? Ravindra Sharan's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Nalin Verma, Assistant Editor of The Telegraph, is still with me on the program. Nalin Verma, as far as the minorities are concerned, the minorities in the minority community, are their concerns really addressed by the political parties? Are their concerns taken seriously?
If you ask me personally, it is not addressed. And again, if you ask me personally, I will strongly advocate that their concerns must be addressed. Because in democracy, democracy is complete only when all the sections of the society are taken care of, particularly to those who are not as much in number as others are. Then the democracy becomes complete. Christian, Sikhs, Jains, they are minority within the minorities. Of course, they don't have the number. And unfortunately, I don't find the political parties, even the so-called secular parties, addressing the concerns of the actual minorities, the Christians, the Sikhs, the Jains, the Buddhists. They are the actual minorities of the country. But I don't find, as of now, the political parties addressing their concerns, the manner in which, in a large democracy like India, they should address.
Indeed.
Right.
All right. Nalin Verma, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us there with those details. We hope that in the future, at least, some of those concerns are indeed taken up and addressed. On that note, of course, it's time for a short break now. Still to come, We take a look at the issues faced by the people of Chhapra. Will their voices be heard? We'll find out on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello, I am Ishan Russell.
I'm Tracy Shilchi and you're watching News Tonight.
Together with the team of our
Dedicated professionals from across various fields.
This is Shyam Sundar,
Vishal Dahiya,
Akhilesh Suman,
Frank Pereira from Beijing, China.
Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television. We bring to you
the news that matters here on Rajya Sabha TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. Well, it's time now to take a look at some political reactions from Bihar in our segment Poll Bits.
समय आगे पीछे हो रहा है, कोई रैली रद्द नहीं हो रही। गलतफहमी के शिकार है नीतीश कुमार जी। पीएम की रैली है, होगी, रहेगी और नीतीश कुमार जी दोबारा अब स्वप्न देखना छोड़ दें बिहार का मुख्यमंत्री बनने के लिए।
नीतीश कुमार के ऊपर में कोई कमेंट नहीं करना है। वो डूबती हुई नाव है, वो अपना बढ़िया बस्तर बांधे। वो पहले ही समझ चुके थे कि हमको दोबारा मुख्यमंत्री बनना नहीं है, इसलिए मुख्यमंत्री आवास में वो गए ही नहीं।
The fact is, things have improved considerably on the economic front. But nonetheless, what he has to reply is, what is he expecting in Bihar? The Achhe Din which he talks, will Bihar get the Achhe Din with Lalu Prasad Yadav as his friend? This is one question which Nitish Kumar must answer to the people of Bihar.
Moving on now, the birthplace of Jaiprakash Narayan, Chhapra is going to polls on October 28th. Even after years of representation in the assembly by the former Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Prasad, the district remains marginalized even today. Here's a detailed report on the district in our special segment Spotlight.
Chhapra is the district of Jaiprakash Narayan, the hero of the revolution that followed the emergency. The Janata Dal family has been the undisputed leaders of Chhapra for a long time. It won't be wrong to say that Lalu Yadav has been the political identity of Chhapra for a long time, since 1977. But his popularity has been on the wane in recent decades. In the last Lok Sabha elections, Lalu's wife and former Chief Minister Rabdi Devi lost to the BJP's Rajiv Pratap Rudy. Despite these setbacks, Lalu Yadav plays an important role in the politics of Chhapra. After joining hands with Nitish Kumar, the political equations in Chhapra have been altered. But there is no dearth of issues in the former Chief Minister's constituency.
वर्षों से जिन मुद्दों पे हमेशा से कैंडिडेट्स लड़ते रहे हैं, उसका कोई समाधान अभी नहीं हुआ है.
In the 2010 elections, the JDU bagged 4 seats and the BJP and RJD bagged 3 seats each. The BJP won from Taraiya, Garkha and Sonpur in 2010. The JDU won the Pasra, Amnor, Manji and Ekma seats, while the RJD bagged the Baniapur, Chhapra and Madhor seats. The BJP is contesting on 8 out of the 10 seats this time, while the other NDA constituents will be contesting in the remaining 2 seats. On the other hand, the JDU will contest from 2 seats here, while the RJD will fight from 7 and the Congress on 1 seat from this assembly constituency. All parties are confident of their victory.
हमें अन्य राज्यों में जिस प्रकार से अपनी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार चला रहे हैं और विकास करके दिखाया है, वह स्वरूप बिहार में भी दिखाई देगा।
आरजेडी को लोग नकार नहीं रहे हैं। वो कल जो घर घर मोदी कह रहे थे, आज गड़बड़ मोदी कह रहे हैं।
One of the main issues plaguing this region is the lack of any good educational institution. Also, lack of a good hospital is testimony to the poor health infrastructure here. Unemployment is also a big issue, with mills shut. But despite such pressing issues, politics continues to be played on caste lines.
यहाँ समस्याओं पे नहीं लड़ा जाता है, ज्यादा जात के आधार पर लड़ा जाता है। जब आप इलेक्शन के 2-3 दिन पहले रातों रात यहाँ पे वोट जो है कन्वर्ट हो जाता है जात के आधार पे।
The only concern among locals is whoever comes to power, they should work towards resolving issues plaguing the area. Ravindra Sharan's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
That's it on this edition of Verdict 2015. Have a good evening. See you again next time.